Beverley is a town located on the edge of the wheat belt, just 130 kilometres east of Perth. It's one of Western Australia's oldest settlements, and also one of the first areas in Western Australia open for agriculture. The Ballardong people are the First Nations people from this area, and with their intimate knowledge of the land, they were native animal pastoralists. Aside from photography, I love anything to do with planes and flying, and an air show over the weekend seemed like the perfect opportunity to head out for some camping with friends and possibly an opportunity to do some astrophotography, as well as photographing the air show.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're out camping. We're in a place called Brookton, which is pretty close to a place called Beverley. Beverley was the reason why we're up here. There's an actual air show on tomorrow, so we're heading down there first thing in the morning. But I thought I would try and get out and do some astro tonight, some astrophotography. But the sky is just clouded over, and all I can see is more clouds coming in the direction that the wind's blowing. So I'm not very hopeful that I'm going to get out to be able to do some astrophotography tonight. So instead, what I've decided to do is to come out, set up my camera, set up the tracker. I've already got it aligned and it's pointing south, and I've got my camera on here. So what I'm actually going to try and do is leave this running overnight. I'm going to do a time lapse with the camera set up pointing south. So the idea being is that the tracker will maintain the one spot in the sky, and you should actually see the Earth revolving around that point. So normally with our time lapse that I've done, I'm actually trying to show the stars rotating. Tonight I'm going to try and do the opposite. I'm going to try and do set up a time lapse to see the Earth rotating, and that I've seen those done before, and I'm sure you have too. But I thought I'd actually give it a try and see how it goes. The one thing that two things that I've tried to make sure that I've done tonight is, first, I've actually made sure I've got a clear SD card, and secondly, I've actually got a battery pack set up attached to the camera. So I'm thinking an hour before sunset, I will set this off, and hopefully that will run through the majority of the night and capture the way that the Earth rotates. So it should be quite an interesting kind of image. It's about an hour from sunset, so I'm going to set off the camera now. I've got it set for aperture priority and it's set at f2.8. I've focused on the hay bales in front of me. Hopefully that's going to keep, that's far enough away so that the stars are also in focus. But the stars are not the focus point for tonight. It's the rotation of the Earth. So I think focusing on the hay bales should be the right thing to do. Like I said, aperture priority. So the camera will work out how long the exposure should be. It'll increase the ISO if it needs to. So yeah, I think that's all ready to go. So that's the first shot taken. That's 1/2500th of a second. That will increase over time. I'm going to let this run for a while, and I'll probably come back and check it just on sunset to make sure it's still running okay. One very important thing to do. Yep, it's on south, and I will also turn on the tracker. I've made that mistake before. Hopefully I've got everything all set up, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to let it go, and I'll come back in an hour's time or so. Okay, it's just gone sunset. The sun has just gone down a few minutes ago, so I'm coming back out just to check the camera. Everything still seems to be working okay. So I'm just going to let this run, probably leave it overnight, and yeah, pick it up in the morning. In the meantime, there was a decent sunset, so I was able to take a couple of photos, so I'll put one of those up now. So how good was that air show? Yeah, the aerobatics were definitely my favorite. Really impressive. And the RAAF show at the end, that was so good. Anyway, back to doing a bit of astro. I've got my tripod out again. I need to try and do the time-lapse that I was playing with last night. The time-lapse that I tried didn't work for some reason. The images were going along okay, and then I think I may have changed a setting. I can't remember what I did, but I think that's stopped the time-lapse, and the images kind of got to a point and then just stopped shooting altogether. So I'm going to give this another try. I'm going to set it up pretty much exactly the same way. I'm going to keep the same settings. I'm thinking maybe I'll max it at 25 seconds. I'm not too sure yet. So I'm going to give it another try and see if it works correctly or it does the same thing as it did last night. Okay, here we are back again. Camera set up, pointing south again. Got everything set up, got the battery pack attached, got the MyUps set up. And I think I'm ready to go. So it's about an hour before sunset again. The setting that I made last time was to just adjust the ISO a little bit, and I've kept that. So hopefully once this starts going, it'll just continue on going, assuming that I don't do something with it again. So yeah, hopefully this will go through to the morning, assuming that the battery lasts. The one yesterday barely used any of the battery, and I think that was running for about 2-3 hours. So fingers crossed that I can actually make it through to the morning. But yeah, okay, I'm going to just fire up the MyUps. I changed my mind. I'm still going to keep it at 30 seconds with a 31-second interval. So it should go to the max of 30 seconds, which is what the camera should do. I might actually make that 32 seconds because it is a slow card that I do have on there. So that could also be part of the problem as well, maybe. Who knows? All right, I'm going to let that run and see how we go. Okay, it's morning time, as you can probably tell, and I've come out to check the camera. The camera actually looks like it had gone for a while. The battery pack is dead, so I haven't been able to check the images yet. I did have an issue last night when I came to check on the camera just before I went to sleep, and the camera had stopped again for some reason. Now I had a look at it, and as I opened the door to look on the back screen, the camera started up again. So I've left the door open and it seemed to fix the problem. So I'm hoping that the camera ran for a good number of hours after that, but I'll need to check the images to see. Anyway, I'll put the time lapse together, and here's the time lapse. Okay, that's it for this morning. So, hey.
Thanks for watching. See you at the next time.
Okay, yeah, what she said. Okay, that's it for this morning. So,
see you. See.
do it again.
What is it?
That was. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there next time.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.
Yeah, right.